Okay, let's start from Euro USD. Now, from the daily time frame, looking at the structure of this market, the structure is currently ranging but leaning towards bearish. That's what I can say. The structure is bearish, but the structure is ranging but leaning towards bearish. And for us to know where we might be heading to, let's look at the positioning to see exactly the need direction. So looking at the positioning here on a euro, let's look at the positioning at this point. Even though COT has been COT is still lagging because we're still having some 3 weeks of no data, but I think as they continue to update it, we'll get the cleaner data. But as from October 21st, we still have some bearish positioning around on euro. So based on the current data that we have, euro USD is leaning towards bearish, although you are seeing some bullish momentum at the moment, but I'm still bearish on euro until I see some changes in positioning. If we shift back to bullish, but this data can be misleading right now because it's lagging by 3 weeks. So I think by the end of this month, it will be fully updated so that you can use it, so that it can be purely predictive. But right now, it has some lagging issues. Okay. Overall, I'm still leaning bearish on euro USD based on what I'm seeing, based on the data that I'm watching. And so at the same time, let's look at this pullback on euro. This move. So let's see whether it has some strength in it, so that it can, whether it can cause a break of structure or just a liquidation swing. So let's see what we have on volume and open interest. Okay, so looking at open interest right now. Okay, looking at open interest, first one, we are seeing some strength, some positions being added. So which means that if this move continues to the upside, the way it's moving this way, and we see strength on the open interest, then it means that this could be a possible break of structure to the downside. If this move continue moving this way, moving upside the next 3 days, and with increasing open interest and volume, then that is a possible trend change. So right now I will not rely on COT, because we have said that COT is lagging by 3 weeks because of the US shutdown. So the data has been lagging. The data that we have here, the latest is from October, and we're December. So the latest that we should be having right now should be on by the end of November, but we are having data from October, which is not very much reliable. So I think from next week it can be more reliable. Yeah. But now we can as well depend on we can depend on volume and open interest. That's what we'll be using for now. Okay, but we can rely on volume, open interest, and term structure. Right now, looking at term structure, let's see what we have on term structure. So looking at term structure for the last 3 days, what we are seeing here is, okay, this was a flattening contango, which is a bullish expectation, by the way. And now looking at the acceleration part of it, we are seeing some strength. So right now, the cleaner side of Euro USD at the moment, although we have a moving swing. So what the possibility of the clean and clear direction of this market would be this way. We'll move to the 4 chart, identify trend structure, like this is what we have at the moment. So if this line here, the one standard deviation of the mean is violated to the upside, that would be a possible trend change. Meaning, if this setup, the way it's happening right now, it is if there are breakout to the upside, then that breakout has to be accompanied by rising volume and rising open interest at the same time. So we'll be checking on the open interest at this point, and we'll also be looking at volume. So when volume and open interest increased, when this trend is violated, then we will know that now we are on an uptrend. But at the moment, nothing. Yeah, at the moment I'm just staying neutral on EURUSD until I see two things. One, we need to see trend. We need to see this this line being broken to the upside. Then the next thing we need to watch volume and open interest. We need to see volume stepping in. Right now there's no much volume, and so we need to see consistent open interest to the upside. That will validate this as an expansion rather than a bearish pullback. So if we saw that, this will be an expansion to the upside. Yeah, so those are the things we are looking for right now. So we have to wait until we see exactly what's happening from the price standpoint and from the data standpoint. But as I've said before, the COT data we will not be using COT data at the moment because of the lag. Let's wait until it gets updated so that we can have the most recent data. Right now it is unreliable, that's what I can say. But we will now be relying on market structure and what open interest, volume, and term structure. Now, yeah, waiting for such things. So that is it. So there's no more things I can say on the euro. I tried to take a sell from this point and I got stop out, but now I'm not taking any sales again because I'm seeing something on open interest and volume that might change the trend direction. Yeah, but right now we need to cool ourselves first, see if we break this region and close above it. If we close above this region, then it's a possibility of a trend change. Then we confirm if this is an expansion or a pullback. For us to be an expansion, it must have rising volume, rising open interest, and term structures shifting to what, to steepening contango. So but that one, nothing has, this swing has not been validated by anything bullish, so there's nothing here. It's moving up, but it is not yet a qualified a bullish expansion. It must be just a bearish pullback. But this trend has been violated, so I'll not be looking for sales, not even buying. They must be it must be proven from the data point. So I must validate this swing, yeah, this one here, whether it's a pullback or an expansion. If I classify it as an expansion, then I have to see rising volume, rising open interest, or I want to see term structure shifting to bullish expectation. Right now, not yet, but we can see from the momentum point, this was a bullish expectation. But looking at the acceleration right now, that's a bullish expectation is fading away, so it needs to come back. Yeah, so that's now the stake on EURUSD. So we have to wait. Okay, now looking at yen, let's look at Japanese yen, because we trade euro USD twice, so analyzing the yen becomes the focal point. Okay, so looking at the yen generally, that's it's bearish. You can see yen is bearish. Yes, what we're seeing. Yen is bearish. Now, okay, let's look at the data. Looking at the yen, we will not use COT. We've said before it's started being fully updated, so it's some 3 weeks lagging behind, so it's not that reliable. Can also only can depend on volume, open interest, and term structure. So let's look at volume and open interest. Now, looking at yen, this move right here. Okay, we saw an expansion to the downside. This move, an expansion to the downside, and that's an expansion. Why? Because let's say if it was qualified. Look at this region here. This was an increasing open interest. We saw it right there. Meaning this was a bearish expansion to the downside, a continuation to the downside. But right now we are seeing something again. What's happening here is we're seeing some pullback right here. This pullback to the upside. So this is a pullback. Why? Because let's see what's happening to the open interest. Positions are being drawn away from the market, meaning they are being closed or added slowly by slowly. So meaning this is a pullback on the yen. So it's basically a pullback. So if it's a pullback, we are still bearish on yen because conditions are still there. This is a pullback. This is an expansion. We've quantified this was an expansion from the data point, and this is now a pullback. So yen still bearish. Nothing has been violated. So we are still interested in trading yen downside. But if yen is going bearish, meaning that if we shift to the USD/JPY should be on a bearish trend. Yeah, that's how it should be. USD is on a bearish trend, a bullish. USD/JPY is on a bullish trend. So on the USD/JPY, I'm still looking for longs, but you're not yet time to take longs because we are still seeing this pullback to the downside. Let's move to the 4H and see what we have on the 4H. Okay, 4H. We drop to the value area, the region between the VWAP and the -1 standard deviation from the VWAP. That is the value area, but there was no entry at this point. But this pullback is, see, it's still a pullback. There are no signs of an expansion. Still a pullback. Liquidation point. We're still the position being liquidated. And also another thing we are watching at volume is nothing to see on volume. So there's nothing to see on volume. Positions are being liquidated. So this one we must confirm that we have it has to be confirmed to be an expansion. We must confirm our expansion. This was not an expansion, because the data still points us to that it's still what that is still a continuation, a pullback to the downside. Even if you look at the term structure suggests something very important: a bearish expectation on USD/JPY. So meaning that right now we are bullish yet, but we've not find an entry point to go long. So we wait until we see a expansion, a confirmed expansion. By what? So when will we get in this trade? One, we must see open interest coming back from that point, from this value area. Okay, from this point, from this value area, we must see a rising open interest. Rising open interest, which is not there right now, and can also see. So we need open interest to start rising from that point, which is not there yet. And we also need volume to start rising, which is still not there yet. So we have to wait, patient, and wait until we see something. Also here, we also have to see what a bullish expectation expectation on USD JPY, meaning we need to turn green. So on yen, we are bullish, yes, but we are looking for a confirmed expansion, not yet. So we stay and wait. Let's look at gold. Gold on the daily chart. Okay, gold on the daily chart, this is what we can see. Overall trend bullish. Okay, that's no, that's good. Let's look at what the data is telling us on gold. So right now, what's happening on gold? After I'll not go into COT data. It's still some 3 weeks lag, so we will not be looking too much into it right now until it's fully updated. So we'll focus on volume, open interest, and term structure. So gold, we've rolled into February contract, so that's what we'll be looking at, this one. So gold, we are seeing an increasing open interest, that's which support an expansion. It's very nice. So an increasing open interest will support an expansion, an expansion higher. This something, which is what we're seeing here. Expansion, pullback, expansion. So this expansion is supported, but there's something. Even though that expansion is being supported by momentum, looking at the acceleration at this point, we see this momentum is decelerating. So it means that there's a possibility of gold making a pullback from this point. There's a possibility of gold making a pullback from what I'm seeing, not from the price, but from what I'm seeing here, because momentum is bullish and on open interest, meaning positions are being added, but that addition is decelerating. Look at what's happening with the acceleration of open interest. It's decelerating, meaning that this we can have a pullback before a continuation to the upside. That's what I'm seeing on gold right now. So it means that even though the market is bullish, I'll wait on entry. It's not right time to enter the market until we resume with increasing open interest and increasing volume. Same thing can watch on volume. Watching at the volume, let's see what we have here on volume. Volume and the momentum is increasing, but it is decelerating. So meaning that can cause a pause. Either two things can happen at this point. We can expect a consolidation or a pullback before continuing the upside. Yeah, that's what we can expect at the moment. Okay. So gold bullish yet. We still don't have a setup. We'll be looking that. I think maybe next week we'll have something good. We're waiting. We're looking at the 4H. We had this nice expansion. It was quantified because from that we had this. So this area where we had a increasing open interest, increasing volume, and we saw this expansion to the upside, which is very nice. But now we can expect a pullback based on what I'm watching at the moment. It can happen, or market may either range or can even continue upside. But now, based on what I'm watching, I'm expecting a pullback. Also, looking at the term structure, look at this. We are seeing a bearish expectation, near short-term bearish expectation. This is what we are looking. I'm seeing right now. So all this regime, all the data points onto one thing: a possible pullback on gold. Yeah, a possible pullback on gold. So it's a matter of waiting. So let's look at oil. Okay, let's load. Okay, looking at oil daily chart, still on a bearish trend. Oil still on a bearish trend. Expansion, pullback, expansion. Now let's look at the data point, see exactly what might happen. So under oil, let's look at the Forex. Oil, we had a pullback from the pullback. Let's watch the pullback on oil. So we've seen a pullback from this point, where we saw volume drying up, open interest increasing, and again volume coming back again. Term structure suggesting what? A bullish expectation. So this is a mix. This is what I call a mixed signal. Yeah, oil. Right now, this is a mixed signal. That's what I can say on oil. A mixed signal. Because now, open interest is contradicting term structure. So that's a mixed signal. Well, the point sometimes you just have to sit down and wait. A mixed signal is not something good. We have to be uniform when we're taking a trade. Right now, mixed signal. Yeah, I'm seeing this bullish expectation on oil, and looking at open interest and increasing open interest. I think I'm seeing an increasing volume on what? On a bearish trend. So this is a mixed signal, which right now, looking at oil also, I just have to stay quiet this week in all the pairs. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. It's time. I just have to stay calm, quiet, and wait until the best opportunity arises, because I'm not seeing anything this week that is tradable at all. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that is tradable at all. So I'll hold on my horses, relax, and wait until things get cool. And also something I can add right now, Euro USD, oil has just rolled a new month, so we can expect such mixed signal. I think just 1 week earlier, so we can expect such mixed signal for the first week from the rolling. And also looking at the Euro USD and USDPY, we are on the, I think this is the last week, not the last, but second last week of to December contract expiration, which can affect the signal, because positions are being rolled in the next contract cycle, which can make our data unreliable. So those are things that we deal with when dealing with data. These are things that we must take care of. The roll window. Right now, Euro USD, Euro and the yen, we are on a roll window. So we can expect anything, mixed signal, all that. But we'll continue updating every week so that we can see exactly what's happening and what we can do. Yeah, I think that's enough for today. Let's meet the other time.